State of New California. Notice to all Californians. Chapter 2, Grievance 53, April 27, 2021. New California is a new state in development exercising its constitutional right to form from the state of California. The process to form New California is authorized and codified in Article 4, Sections 3 and 4 of the United States Constitution. Statement of intent. The citizens of New California have decided to remedy the abuse of power by the government of California by exercising their right to form a new state, provided in United States Constitution, Article 4, Sections 3 and 4. Quote, "We are determined to live under a state government in the United States of America and under the Constitution of the United States," end quote. New California Declaration of Independence of January 15, 2018 states, quote, "Whenever any form of government becomes destructive, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government. When a long train of abuses and acts to seize and hold the people's power without legal authority and pursuing invariably the same object that clearly demonstrates a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security." The preamble of the New California State Constitution states, "We, the representatives of the undersigned counties within the state of California, do acknowledge and humbly invoke the favor of Almighty God for continued civil and religious liberty to ourselves and our posterity." The First Amendment of the United States Constitution states, quote, "Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances," end quote. The Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution states, "The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized." The counties of New California State brought forward 95 Chapter 1 grievances between January 2018 and November 2019. On April 28, 2020, New California State will issue 95 additional Chapter 2 grievances to be announced in public on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. State of New California, Grievance number 53. Declaration of Grievance, Statement of Facts. The people of California are suffering from a tyrannical state government which fails to provide a republican form of governance, enables and supports across its southern border the invasion of the United States of America by illegal foreign nationals, and protects vicious criminals who commit outrageous acts of violence upon the citizens of America, all caused by a government of and for a monoparty system led by a tyrannical dictator who openly defies federal law. California state government violates the following. The United States Constitution, Article 4, Section 4, quote, "The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a republican form of government, and shall protect each of them against invasion, and on application of the legislature or of the executive when the legislature cannot be convened, against domestic violence," end quote. The United States Constitution, Article 6. "This Constitution and the laws of the United States which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made or which shall be made under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound thereby, anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary notwithstanding." The First Amendment of the United States Constitution, quote, "Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances," end quote. And the 14th Amendment, United States Constitution, Section 3. "No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector of president and vice president, or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state, who, having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature or as an executive or judicial officer of any state to support the Constitution of the United States shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. But Congress may, by a vote of 2/3 of each house, remove such disability. Order of the day. Don't stop. The governor has failed Californians. Quote, unaffordable housing, record homelessness, rising crime, failing schools, independent contractors thrown out of work, exploding pension debt, and now a lockdown population while the prisons are empty, end quote. From Recall Newsom. The recall election of Governor Gavin Newsom was confirmed on Monday following the Secretary of State's office updating their validated signatures in the recall effort to be 1,626,042, well above the 1.495 million needed. While previous efforts in 2019 and 2020 failed to garner enough signatures, public outcry over the governor's handling of COVID-19 lockdowns and the harm it did to businesses, owners, and employees statewide, as well as continued outrage over years' worth of questionable and controversial decisions, letting $31 billion in unemployment fraud occur under his administration, and being caught lying about proper social distancing himself during the height of the lockdown late last year, fueled the signature gathering success of the latest recall signature gathering effort. And California public school children still are not back in school. With the necessary number of signatures to secure a recall of the California governor, New Californians must not stop. There are many officials at the county and state level who have violated their oaths of office to perpetuate the totalitarian edicts of the governor. The governor's edicts have destroyed tens of thousands of small businesses, closed schools, destroyed families, and increased the student suicide rate to over 147%. All this at the direction of the current socialist governor-dictator, the monoparty system, along with local officials who have followed a coordinated design with the intent to actively engage in acts of insurrection against the U.S. Constitution. This is treason. New Californians must not stop with the recall of the governor. We must recall local officials who have followed the coordinated design with the intent to actively engage in acts of insurrection against the U.S. Constitution. It is our right, it is our duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for our future security. New Californians are experiencing the, quote, failed state environment, end quote. We must not wait to pick up the pieces, but rather position ourselves for what we know is coming. California is headed for collapse as a state in just a few short months, as its trajectory is now set in stone by a pusillanimous, craven dictator who chooses to violate both federal and state laws while ignoring the original constitutional structure set forth by the founding fathers of the United States. Insurrection. The government of California, the current socialist governor-dictator and monoparty system, along with local officials, are following a coordinated design with the intent to actively engage in, quote, acts of insurrection, end quote, against the U.S. Constitution. The Insurrection Act of 1807 and the Emergency Economic Powers Act are the United States federal laws that govern the ability of the President of the United States to deploy military troops within the United States to put down lawlessness, insurrection, and rebellion. Acts of secession. The California government, in conjunction with the socialist state executive, instituted wherever the current socialist governor-dictator has usurped power, has actively engaged in acts of secession and have created a reign of terror on United States citizens living in California with the intent to secede from the United States of America and thus destroy the very union of states which secures our liberty and freedom. Abdication of authority. Betrayal by the sitting socialist governor-dictator of California, the monoparty legislature, and local elected officials is evidence of, quote, abdication of their responsibilities of authority and sovereignty, end quote. over the citizens of the United States living in California State. Prayer. The citizens of New California State pray for the military to exercise its authority under continuity of government and the Insurrection Act of 1807 to initiate the military's use of martial law and create the restored government of California as requested by New California State to end the tyranny being foisted upon the United States of America. This concludes these proceedings. Website, newcaliforniastate.com or ncs51.com. Phone number, 877-828-2753.